welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. Now, you guys need to go make a hot chocolate, add your marshmallows, because this is going to be a freaking long video. So, you guys know that I tend to normally stick to doing like the oh my gosh, I can't even speak. The traditional inspired kind of like homes, but it's been a while since I have done these larger kind of treading a mansion build, and I really love doing them. I'm just always kind of held back by doing them strictly because of the long voiceover. So before I even cut any of the build out, like I just happened to speed it all up, and it was like 50 minutes almost just for like a sped up voiceover. So you guys are definitely going to be seeing a lot of cuts through this. So I do only keep in, I think, like 2 of the 5 bathrooms, and I do end up cutting out a bunch of like designing the floor plan and stuff like that, because I mean there's no way you guys are gonna sit here for 45 minutes and listen to me ramble on. So I really do enjoy how this home turned out, and it's definitely one of the largest builds that I have done in a really long time. I do have another large build that I am hoping to go up this weekend. I'm trying to do more of them. So if you guys have any random stuff that you guys want to hear me ramble and rant about in these builds, definitely let me know, because I am trying to post more builds on my channel because I've really missed it. I do have a lot of Let's Plays that are going on, but I am trying so hard, you guys, to get back into doing the daily uploads, including builds. So this home is so large. I've actually done this voiceover beginning a couple of times, so if I have already spoke about this, I'm sorry. But this is a 7-bedroom home, you guys. So some of these rooms do have multiple beds in them, so you are going to be able to completely flood out your families in this home. So there's like teenager rooms, there's even a really large baby's nursery, which I am so in love with, and there even possibly is like in the nursery you could probably even fit in like 3 more beds in there. So these bedrooms are so spacious, and I had so much fun designing them, and I really tried to pull in different personalities when I was doing like the bedroom designs. Like we even have a gamer's bedroom, we have a really minimalist teenager girl that has like her little makeup and beauty station. So yeah, definitely had a lot of fun with this. And then when I was doing the basement, because I mean, you guys, this home is so large, I just had like so many different opportunities to put in a lot of different skill areas in this home, because it is just so spacious that when I got to the basement, I'm like, what the heck am I even going to do with this build, because it has been so long since I have done a build, like I said, this large. So there is a garage downstairs, so if you guys do have laundry, I do end up putting in the washer and dryer. If you guys don't have that, you can just kind of maybe add in a fake one, or even swap that out for an exercise area, because that was kind of one of the other things that I was going to include. But as you guys see, when we get to the bottom, I have like a theater. We even put the money vault, because I have really been wanting to add in that money vault in some of my builds, but they just kind of haven't really like fit in with a lot of the style of builds that I have been doing. So I definitely did end up including it in this one and in the next build that I will be doing, just because these are very wealthy, inspired kind of homes. And I don't really know, to be honest, how much this one ended up costing, but it's definitely not going to be that cheap. And a lot of the Get Famous like build and buy is super freaking expensive. So one of the things that I really want to possibly try to do is build $1 million estate. So if that is something that you guys would like to see me attempt to do, definitely let me know. I kind of feel like it would be hard to do, but at the same time it might not be if I end up using a lot of the expensive Get Famous stuff. Like even in the bathroom with that new Swan, like the whole set with like the tub, the sink, the toilet, that stuff is so expensive, and the vault. And yeah, so it definitely took me quite a while, you guys, to figure out what kind of style that I wanted the exterior of this home to be. So this one was kind of a mixture of like 3 or 4 different styles of homes that I ended up seeing. It was either on Pinterest or Google. So if you guys are ever struggling on how to do like large builds, definitely check out on Tumblr, on Pinterest, on Google, just for even like larger homes, and just kind of gather a bunch of inspiration. And as you do get building, you are definitely going to be pulling in your own style into the build. So I've really been, for some reason, liking these like underground garages, just because it's a lot easier to do like the terrain tools with you if you have like your home built up one level, and that's like one of the easiest ways to do it. So I do have a build in mind that I do want to hopefully finish for next week. You guys, oh my gosh, I don't even know why all of a sudden I'm wanting to do these like larger builds, but my friend Rosa, who is Evelyn here on YouTube, which if you guys have not already seen her channel, you guys are missing out. You definitely need to check out her channel. She is like, to me, she's like the queen of builds, such an inspiration, and she's always like telling me just to like do more with my builds, because she knows that I'm always like scared to do these larger builds, which is so weird because when I first started doing my channel, I used to do like really large family homes and do like half-hour voiceovers all the time, like it was no big deal. And I even used to like speed up my videos 10 times. I have no idea how anybody was even able to watch that mess, but yeah, so she's kind of been talking me into just going for it, and I'm actually really glad that she is. She's probably like not even gonna see this video or hear that, but yeah, so I was actually really happy with this build, and it took me a little bit of probably like 4 or 5 sittings to actually get this done, because there was even one time where I was like, oh my gosh, I'm just gonna like delete this build. That's kind of like one of the things that I always end up doing, is I either get underwhelmed by how the build is going, or I get overwhelmed with how much I have to do, and then I just delete it. And I almost did that with this build, and I'm so glad that I just ended up pushing through, because this is probably like one of my favorite homes that I have built on my channel, just because of the exterior with the terrain tools, everything like that. And I also do want to do with one of the builds for next week, like I really want to experiment with like cliff inspired kind of homes with the terrain tools, so it's not just like a little tiny hill. Like I have been doing these like little tiny bunny hills. So I have so many inspiration pictures that I have saved and lots of ideas that I really want to start doing. So I really hope that you guys are going to enjoy those builds. And of course, if you have any suggestions on different style of builds that you guys would like to see me do, definitely let me know. So I did try as I was like cutting this up, because like I said, this was like 45 minutes to like 50 minutes long sped up, and I usually speed my videos, like I usually do 7 speed for like exteriors, and then I usually go like 5 or 6 for interiors. And I tried to cut out like when I was designing the floor plan, because I did take a couple of times to figure out what I wanted to do. I also, one of the bedrooms, I do have where you guys are going to see like the children and toddlers room, and then the minimalist teen. For some reason, I thought it was going to be a really good idea originally to make that just one giant bedroom. And I was like, oh, what have I done? This is horrible. So I'm so glad that I ended up splitting those up, just because I feel like, because I don't do the larger builds too often, that when I go to furnish them, I completely overlook how big the rooms actually are. So there was lots of space, like I said, to add in like skills and stuff. And one of the things that I really do wish that I did include, possibly even in the basement, or even maybe take out one of the bedrooms. I guess it could go where the nursery is if you just end up like putting in a bassinet. But I wish that I either put in a spa, because I feel like a home like this definitely, I mean, needs a spa, because they are definitely wealthy. They have tons of money. I mean, you definitely need to be like level 10 in like a couple of the Sims that live here. Like I pictured this to maybe be one of those family homes that the new generations just stay in. The money stays in the home and possibly you have like some kind of a legacy. Definitely a large family. Like I kind of even wish that I built like a grandparents' bedroom or an ensuite for grandparents, because I don't know, I picture this to be like multi-generations living in this home. And yeah, so this home does have a butler's room, and I never even thought to add that in until like the end of the video, which I am so glad that I thought to do that, because I was like, this home definitely needs to have a butler. Like there's gonna be so much cleaning. You're definitely gonna want to hire a maid if you have Sims living in this home. And the butler's room, I actually posted that on Twitter. And if you guys don't follow me on Twitter, definitely possibly consider following me there, because I am trying to post more screenshots. Same with Instagram. I have been posting so many pictures of builds and rooms, and I now also have the work in progress channel over in Discord. So it's a place where if you guys are builders, if you really want a place to share your builds, definitely check out the Discord, which is linked down below, because I love seeing all of your guys' creations and I love sharing mine that are kind of like in the process. Sometimes I feel like you can be in the middle of a build, and when you get to that point where you're overwhelmed or you can't think of something to do with it, it's just kind of a really nice spot to check into, post a picture, and kind of just like talk with other builders and get like advice and a little bit of like morale boost if you're having like a little bit of a hard time. So yeah, I did post that. And the butler's room, I tried to start incorporating like more color combinations that maybe I overlook or I stay away from, and trying to like pull in a lot of furniture that I haven't used in a while. And when you guys see me do the butler's room, the side table, that's like base game, and I used to love that one. I used it like all the time. Now this wall here that has like the mirror with the fencing and the flowers, that's kind of inspired by one of the apartments that I had done a really long time ago. I wish that I kind of like want to redo that apartment. Like a lot of my builds that I did a long time ago, I feel like I have improved a little bit in my building skills. So I don't know, I kind of have been going back and looking at like some of my favorites parts of the build and like bringing them into some of my most recent ones. And yeah, I might be doing that a little bit more, because that little area with the fencing and stuff, I think it just looks so pretty. And I usually tend to stick to adding like little cabinets and stuff like that in a kitchen, so it just kind of like made it, I don't know, added a really nice character value to it. I don't even know what else to call it. And it kind of just separated the like kitchen from the living room. You guys know I tend to do a lot of open concept builds, and because this home was so large and it even had like the longer wall height, I didn't really want this to be too much open concept, because I felt like it would look a little bit too like unfinished or even like too open, and it would look a little bit tacky. So I mean, when you walk into the front door, there is that really large foyer, there is a bathroom there and a little seating area, and I was gonna like kind of clutter it up a little bit, but I feel like because this home is such like a rich kind of home that there really isn't going to be too much clutter. I mean, you are going to have your butler, possibly even two of them. I don't know how many butlers you can have in game, but and definitely like a nanny and a maid. So this home is definitely going to be, I picture, one of those homes that if you drop a piece of toast, you can pick it up and eat it right off the floor, because this is going to be like one of those homes that is just so picked up. Somebody like glosses this floor at all times. Oh my gosh, can you imagine living in one of these homes? That would be like goals. I mean, even in my house, all I really want to have finished is like my kitchen and the moldings like around the doors. That's like one thing that is not finished in my home. So my home is kind of like a little bit of a work in progress home. A lot of walls are like torn down, and yeah, so I kind of like live through The Sims building these like beautiful, large, fancy, rich homes that I'll like never live in. But that's okay. I'm pretty sure like a lot of us do that. We kind of like build these like what if homes. Like if I was to win the lottery, I would definitely live in one of these like large homes. I do hear a lot of like one of the most popular things. There's like somebody in my town that has like started doing like building these like super teeny tiny homes. Like if you go on Pinterest and you type in mini or tiny homes, there's like just enough space for like a counter to cook on, a little tiny like half-size bathroom and a loft for the bed. A lot of people are like going to that, and I'm like the opposite. I would love to live in one of these like fancy homes. Like it doesn't even need to have marble flooring or like granite flooring. Like I would go with wood flooring or even like laminate flooring. Like I would just love to have more space. I would love to have my own office where I could have like a really big bookshelf for my books, because I have been getting back into reading as well. And I've actually started getting Owl Crate subscription box, so I've kind of been like obsessed with that. Thanks to Shan for recommending that, but I don't even know how the heck I ended up getting into Owl Crate, but yeah. So back to the build. I did, like I said, not want to do like too much cluttering in this build, so I definitely wanted to add in one of these like pianos. Just because when I feel like whenever I see one of these pianos in a build, they're just kind of like one of those really luxurious looking items that you can like include in your builds just to like give them that little finishing touch. So I ended up just putting that like wine picture over here, and I did leave a lot of the windows open just because, I mean, you guys know when you are in Solde Valley, a lot of the stunning views, like, you don't really want to cover them up, and a lot of the area up here, like, you don't really have neighbors. Oh my gosh, if you guys can hear Lily, she's like laying on the bed, she's sound asleep, and she's like clawing at my wall. But yeah, so the views up here are so beautiful that one of the things that I really have been like enjoying doing is leaving the windows a little bit more open, so when you are playing you can see outside, because a lot of the homes are really spread out. I mean, they are mansions, but like when you get down into like the lower levels of Solde Valley, like in the communities, there's like a lot of fences and clutter. So one of the builds that I do have that I hopefully will have up for Saturday, like hopefully, fingers crossed, I will be able to have that finished. I ended up doing like a smaller build, and as I got building it, it ended up turning more luxurious and fancy, so it doesn't really fit in that lower level. So yeah, you're gonna see that build kind of move around through the world a little bit, and I'm like, oh my gosh, they're gonna kill me. But yeah, it just kind of like happened. I don't know if you guys do that. You kind of tend to like start doing a smaller build, and you just kind of like keep adding on to it, and eventually you get like this giant home that like you don't even know what to do with. But yeah, so these rooms are the ones that I had told you guys about, that I originally was gonna make one giant room. So there's a blue one here and the one over to the right that has that canopy bed. I thought it was gonna be a brilliant idea, and then I'm so glad that I ended up not, because as you guys can see, these bedrooms are so spacious. I mean, there's 3 beds in here. We even have a toy box, a desk, and there's even more area if you wanted to like include maybe a bookshelf or more toys. Like, it's just so much area. And then over in that other teenager's room where I do have like, I picture her to be a little bit more of a minimalist. Like, she really keeps everything neat and tidy. She loves her fashion. Maybe even she's a little bit of a vlogger going through, like, I don't know, I picture her to be like in grade 11 or 12. Maybe she's just getting into doing, I don't know, beauty videos. But she doesn't have a desk, but she does have her little beauty space. So one thing that I do regret not putting in that room is that little platform where you could actually like model on it. So if you guys do download this, I definitely recommend adding that. But I do go back in and add in that little makeup vanity chair. I don't know why, you guys. I've been like adding that in like all of my builds, but I do end up cutting out a lot of the bathrooms. You guys probably notice a lot of them are just like built and it's like cut out, but I did kind of keep that theme throughout all of the bathrooms, and I just kind of like switched up the like countertop decor a little bit. I've been a little bit obsessed with those round lit up mirrors, and I did just kind of use like the same countertops as the kitchen throughout like the whole entire build, because I don't know, the color combination looked really pretty to me with those like brown lights like on the side of them. I haven't really did that in a while. So this room here does have a bathroom ensuite. So other than the butler's room, this is the only ensuite. There is there's 2 bedrooms upstairs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bedrooms upstairs. Trying to like picture everything. So the parents' bedroom has like their own little ensuite with the double sink, I believe. No, a single sink. The double sink is out in like the main bathroom. Downstairs there is 2 bathrooms, and then in the basement is another one. So because this home had so many bedrooms, I felt like whenever I had like an empty space to put stuff, that was like the perfect thing to add, because one thing that I have realized since playing a lot more in game, you can never have too many bathrooms. So that's kind of like one thing that I've really been enjoying, like doing the different challenges, is I feel like it's really taken a toll on my builds. Like I feel like a lot of my builds have been changing just because now like I'm really understanding gameplay a lot more. And if you guys have been playing The Sims, like Sims 4 from the beginning, you're probably like, what the heck are you talking about? The Sims has been out forever. What do you mean? But I actually, like within the last like year and a half to 2 years, have like gotten into Sims 4. And when I started my channel, I was basically only doing like home builds, apartments. I was obsessed with, because I ended up like starting my channel and getting into The Sims 4 right around oh my gosh, City Living. So I was like really obsessed with the apartments, because I really wasn't that comfortable like doing a full-on home build. And it took me quite a while before I ended up like getting confident and not doing like renovations. So yeah, a lot of my channel was like speed builds, apartments, create a Sims. And I used to do like those Day of the Dead, like when we had that skull challenge. I ended up like just doing that. I sped it up and put music. So I didn't really do that much gameplay up until like when I started 100 Baby. And ever since I've been playing, I'm like, now that I do builds, I'm like, okay, the most random things are in my home. So I feel like now with my builds, the gameplay has improved, I guess, like the little details in builds that I might have overlooked when I first started my channel. Like things such as, I guess, like the toys for the toy box and dishwashers, garbages. Like I've been trying to include garbages a lot more in my builds. I don't know why. That is like one of the things I always tend to forget to add in my builds is garbage cans. I always add in like the ones that go outside that you can like carry your stuff to, but when it comes to like decorating inside your home, speaking of a garbage can, I was just like plopping them through. But yeah, so this area right here with the like the bar and the plants, that spot for me is like so calm and beautiful, just because it has like those 2 floor to ceiling windows that you can look out into Solde Valley. There's no curtains. I was gonna put in like a sheer one, but I'm like, you know what? It actually looks really nice. And I mean, it's the bar area, so it's not like a bathroom or a bedroom. So I ended up keeping it open. And you guys know I kind of like to make my traditional homes and family homes kind of have a little bit more stuff in them. So I've kind of been trying to do different builds. I even am planning on doing some, oh my gosh, what is it called? Not retro, but oh my gosh. The style that came with Get Famous and like the kind of homes that we do have like in Oasis Springs that are, I don't know, would you say like 70s or 80s inspired homes? So I kind of want to do some of those and try to do a couple of like modern builds. They're definitely not my favorite. Kind of one of the things that always makes me shy away from doing modern builds is that I always feel like they look unfinished just because you don't want a lot of stuff in those kind of homes. And to me, I'm always like, oh my gosh, we need to add more stuff, and it just always looks incomplete to me. So I do need to break out of my shell a little bit, do some more of these like larger homes. And I kind of even would consider this to be treading like a mansion build just because it is so large, so spacious. And I think this is a 30 by 40 lot. I think it's not the 64. Oh my gosh. A 64 is like so intimidating for me to even attempt to do. But yeah, downstairs I thought we were going to be in the basement building a little bit longer, but as you guys seen, I do end up putting an in-home theater. So because we are in Solda Valley, I pictured there to be like movie screenings and stuff like that. So originally I was gonna do like a fitness area for like skills and hobbies and stuff like that, but I like never ever use the like that giant in-home theater system. So I ended up using that, and I'm so glad that I did because it is so different than what I normally build. And it's just kind of like one of those rooms, like when else am I gonna be able to include an in-home theater? And then of course I had to include the popcorn station, so I do add like a little counter. There is a refrigerator, popcorn station, and a garbage can. And then downstairs the butler has his or her own ensuite down there, and then there is a bathroom down there as well. So all of the bathrooms are full size. Some of them have 2 sinks, some of them have 1, but I just wanted to make sure that no matter which sim was using it, everything that you needed was down there. And yes, we have like the movie posters, and I darken it up a little bit. So whenever I like to do like the home theaters, like I always picture them to either be like super dark gray, black, burgundy, just to kind of like darken it up a little bit. Yeah, and then the little station over here. So there really wasn't too much of an area to like add in like counter space, but you don't really need it for the popcorn machine. Yeah, and then I was gonna do that little bar area, and then I was like, wait, we already have one. We don't really need 2. And over behind the stairs is where the money vault is. So I really do hope that you guys enjoyed how today's build ended up turning out. And if you guys do want to download this, of course, it is going to be in the gallery. So just make sure that you guys do use my username, KrystinMyrieXo, or the hashtag. You guys will find this and all of my other builds in there. So just make sure before you do place this build that you do have your move objects on, just to make sure that everything does get placed exactly where it needs to be. Oh my gosh, this butler's room is so pretty. So this is where I ended up using like that little bit of like the grayish blue with the green, and I freaking love that color combination. But anyways, you guys, if you have not already subscribed here on YouTube to my channel, definitely consider subscribing. I do post regularly all things Sims 4, from gameplay, builds, create a sim, mod reviews, and make sure to give this video a very big thumbs up. It always lets me know that you guys did enjoy today's video, and hopefully I'm gonna see you guys next time. Bye guys!